welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome. This is the final focus on love for the month of February as a couple, married couple, and we've been sharing with you guys all month. And it's still up for grabs as to whether or not we continue on with our couples sessions. You know who would fancy continuing it on, right? Yep. He's been doing a fine job, ain't it?
Thank you very much.
Yes,
My pleasure.
yes, yes, indeed. So today, as we close out this month, we want to zoom in on some lessons we have learned. We want to leave some lessons with you that we've learned so far because we're still learning and we haven't arrived and we're not the best, but we are set in ourselves that it is together forever.
Yes.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Mm. And we're going to interview each other just for a short period of time. That's a curveball I'm throwing him. We're going to ask each other some questions, maybe one or two, and then wrap it up. But just before we get on into business, please pay tune. I am Michelle L. Forbes,
I
and
am Garrett Forbes.
you are tuned into the Win Win
Win-Win
Live
Live
show. Yep.
with Michelle and Garrett.
Yep. So as you get comfy, just before you snuggle up, go ahead and follow if it's the first time here, subscribe first time here, or maybe you didn't. You've been checking us out, but you never did. Please do go ahead. It helps us as we push forward and bring content to be a blessing and to bring value to others. And comment, engage with us, comment, and also share. All right. So we have some lessons that we have learned to this point in marriage.
So, Michelle Forbes,
We're not
what
starting.
lesson
We're
you
not
like to
starting with
share?
the interviews. I'll let you go ahead
No?
and share one tip, one lesson that you've learned so far.
Well, one lesson that I've learned is that love is not just about the feeling, but
Mm.
still about a feeling. And have to push beyond the point of when you don't feel love, to continue to show love anyway. And it was a hard time for me to grasp that, for us to understand that, because when something happened between the person that you love, you tend to want to move away. And I just had to learn that, and from listening to other podcasts, I focus on the family. Talking about when conflicts happens, it's important that you lean into each other with God, yes, but not lean
Of
away
course.
from each other. So that really helps me, because it's not an easy thing to be in the same room with the person that you're in conflict with or disagreement with. So it brings us to a level of maturity that
There's
even though
some
the issue, we're
there's
able
some
still to deal with
there's
each
some
other.
tension in the atmosphere. Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yeah.
real.
It
It
is.
absolutely is real. Mhm.
It is.
Interesting. So it's not so much about the feeling, but it's also about the feeling
Mhm.
because you have to have that vibes. Yes. But the love, and I believe we would have touched on this in our one of the second or the first episode, which is it's a commitment.
Yes.
It's a commitment that is made and made from day one.
Mhm.
And if it wasn't made in day one, at some point during the journey of that marriage, it's important that it's made. As Garrett shared just now about when conflicts happen, it's kind of like an elastic band. It pulls. It has that
Mhm.
potential to pull on the bond, and so that's one of the things that contribute to the tension in the air.
Yes.
And it definitely has to be a deliberate effort, even if you don't lean in, don't lean away, like stand your ground.
Mhm.
uh and be reminded, because for us, and we shared with you, for us, we decided from day one that divorce is not an option. And that was a question I asked him, like, is divorce up for grabs when we go through? And we both decided and agreed upon divorce is not an option. So whatever we going through, it's through the thick and the thin. We gonna yeah. Come on. Yep. Okay, so one of the lessons that I would like to share with you guys is the moment you say you enter that union, the dynamics change right off the bat. Because and as we were preparing, this is what I saw. It's one individual with their family background, their family history, and their connections all contributing to who they are. And this is the second individual with the same background, history, all of that having for themselves where they are, contributing to who they are, coming together. So it's almost like two strangers coming together. Yes, you would have spent some time getting to know the person.
But
Yes.
living together is a different thing.
Yeah, that's something I've heard my mom saying growing up
Yes.
every time. See me and live with me are two
Two
different things. Yeah. So seeing me and living with me, it is absolutely two different things. Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
It is.
Yeah. And it takes adjusting. I mean, there are times I would have heard persons stories of persons who got married today and were divorced either the next day, a week, or a month into it. And there are times I wonder, like, what was up with that? But as I grew older and more mature in marriage, and as a woman, I realized that it's persons who would have made that step and not real when they got in, they realized, whoa, this is more than what I bargained for. I'm out of here. Yeah. But it's definitely to know. So if you're a young married couple, young in terms of you're young in marriage or you're looking to get married soon, know that the dynamics change.
Yes,
right as you get married. Before the perception was dynamics change when children come into the picture. That's an additional change.
Additional dynamics.
And that is one of the reasons why we would recommend to when we got married, to young persons who are young couples, married couples, that at least for the first 2 years, keep the babies out. Let them wait. Their time will come. Don't go for them as yet. And get to build that bond with your partner. Build that bond. Get to know the person more, because when those babies come, hey,
A different dynamic take place.
Yeah. Some persons don't know wife anymore. It's like the children. Yep. Right? One other thing that you'd like to share.
The one other thing that I would like to share is that we have to learn to compromise with each other. Because I could vividly remember this between my wife and myself, just making up the bed. That was an issue for me. Another custom spreading bed, and when you get up in the morning and keep the room all tidy and neat before you leave, you make it up whenever. But her training as a young girl coming up, that is what being taught. You spread the bed, keep the place room nice and clean. So when you reach home, the bed is already spread and the room is nice and fresh. But I did not get those type of training. My mother will quicker do that than I myself. So that was a little between conflict between both of us is like so. But just adjust and see that. I mean, it's not gonna take me nothing off of me. But sometimes our preferences get clashing between each other. And it's like, and if you're not willing to give it up, I mean, what is so difficult if we just get up and then just spread the bed?
True.
Yeah. And
True.
sometimes I heard about, stories people get, you know, divorced over, you know, the spoon, or not washing up the dishes,
Or the
or the
toothpaste.
toothpaste. I guess these are special things to them, but what is really more important, we getting along
The
with
th-
each other,
the
the
thing
thing, or
or the person.
we are the person getting along. And this one of the
Mhm.
things that I learned from your mom, like a time where the at your mom in Jamaica, and something had fell in the bathroom and cracked her basin. And I was like, oh my God, I break her basin. First thing she said, are you okay? She wanted to ensure that I am okay.
Mhm.
And that speaks a lot. She was more concerned about I'm being okay than the
The
thing
thing.
that
Mhm.
being damaged,
Mhm.
and that give me a life lesson. So now when
Mm.
anything happen, are you okay? I want to make sure that my
The
wife or
person.
children or whoever it is, the person
Mhm.
is okay first before we deal with
The
the
thing.
furniture or the thing that
Mhm.
get
Mhm.
damaged. And that
Mhm.
is really important to show that we as married couple is more important
Mhm.
than the
The person.
thing,
Mhm.
the
Mhm. Or the
thing
event.
or the event that
Mhm.
happened. So
Mhm.
making sure that the person okay. So I had to adjust with that because
Mhm.
again, my background, we quickly want to go, at the person and value more the thing and
Mhm.
than the person.
Mhm.
So
And then
those are
that.
things that we have to learn and adjust as we go along.
And it ties in with what I would have shared earlier. But you saw me cracking up, right? When you touched on the bed. It wasn't so much the spreading of the bed, but the how the bed
even that,
was spread.
even that.
Like, hello. Like, touch of excellence, please. Yes, I was a perfectionist back then. We've been delivered, hallelujah. Yes, we've crossed over to excellence, not perfection, right, honey?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't so much the bed, but it was the how. The how. Yeah.
But my perspective on it is that at least I spread the bed. At least I did something, right? But yes, I did it. But you want it to be equal size and same length on the end, and the pillow this way and that way. Like, and sometimes I do a little different, to switch up. Think that she can appreciate it. And like, no, I don't want it. I want it this way. So.
Yep, that's true. One
Mm-mm.
other lesson that I would like to share with you, and I'm going to let you hang tight just now as we share with you our promo. And that I am loved and affirm gratitude journal is a game changer. If you haven't yet picked up yours, be sure to pick up yours. Okay. Yes. So, another lesson that I would like to share with you is paying it forward. So, like how we are sharing like some tips, some lessons that we learned, pay it forward to other married couples, lessons that you would have learned. Because as a teacher, being an educator for so many years, one of the ways that we help, at least I did, my students to grasp and to solidify, so to speak, what I would have taught them is have them to teach each other or to help each other. So if one of them stick up their hand and ask, Miss, I don't understand this, I grab one of those who understand it better than that one and ask them to share it. And so for that person who is sharing the knowledge that they grasp, it causes that knowledge to take root even more within them and become stronger, and them themselves will become more confident in knowing that thing and executing that thing, whether it be a concept or or an equation. It causes both sides win. So as you in your marriage and on your marriage journey share, and by paying it forward to another couple, maybe they're getting married soon. I remember my nieces, as they're getting married, I would share with them. I'm not there with them, but I would send some communication, like some things, lessons that I would have learned so far to them for them to share among themselves. Yeah.
And that is very good because um I too encounter a number of person that they married, and again, but in our background, it's just like when I was going to get married, and telling others about I'm getting married, they're like saying that, "Oh, you're going to hang yourself?" I'm like, hang myself, you know? And I was like, I don't understand me hang myself. It was in marriage something that is wonderful that two person really know to come together in holy matrimony before God and before witnesses and want to live together. It's something wonderful. But no, I understand is that sometimes it's our culture, our background, and the teaching or probably the lifestyle that they tend to live, and like I recall this one day I met this young girl and she was talking about her husband, how wonderful her husband is. Her husband, bring food for her at work, clean the place, keep it nice and stuff. And like her friends were telling her, like, I mean, no, he's not supposed to do all of that. And now she started to feel insecure about it and want him now to, ease up a bit. I said, man, that's a wonderful man you have. That's a wonderful man you have. And I encourage you to appreciate that and thank God. Because sometimes when others don't have a good relationship,
Yep.
when they see someone now have a good relationship, they want to come in between and discourage that person from enjoying that good fellowship and relationship with that husband or wife, and try to inject negativitism, and want them to experience and sometimes they wanted to, but they don't have that courage to say, well, I love to see what I'm seeing between you and your spouse. And that is so wonderful. And even me myself, I had experienced that too. Like someone tell my mother that my wife is ruling me because I'm taking care of the children, washing clothes, iron clothes, and all that. They're like, no, she's not controlling me. Is that now we're living together, and that's the type of person I'm willing to help my wife. And as
help us.
help us in return. And sometimes that's the mindset. Like if you're doing too much, people like saying that your spouse is controlling you, but you realize that we're helping us is for us and not just for her only,
for the union, for the
or for
family.
me only, or the wife is doing everything and then the man just relax. No, we're supposed to be working together, helping each other, understanding that it's for us. We are doing it for not just one party, the person that benefiting. So if she look good, I look good. If I look good, she look good. If she look bad, we look bad. Yeah, so it's about working together and have an understanding, because like also culture shift, also change now. Wife going out to work, I'm going to work, children, they are coming to play. They have to go home, take care of the home, take care of the children, schoolwork, church, and other activities. So two hands working together and get it done well, and doing it willingly. Don't see it as a burden, but doing it willingly and joyfully from the intent of your heart as a form of love for us, we all could function together.
Yes. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome. One of the things that I would like to share with you guys is to ask. Scriptures, like God tells us to ask and it shall be given. Ask concerning what you desire. So whether it be in intercourse or whether it be in the home. So like my husband touched on, him being in the home, like taking care of things in the home. That he wasn't so much the kitchen part, but I didn't fancy the kitchen at all when we got married. In fact, I didn't eat breakfast. My first meal would usually lunch up. But when I did get married, I started preparing breakfast because I'm now married. You prepare breakfast for your husband, and then children came into play. So I asked, I'll do Monday to Friday. Can you please take care of the weekends at Saturday and Sunday? Because at that time, I grew into being okay with the kitchen. I grew into liking it, and then we came back and level out at okay, it's okay. being and operating in the kitchen, but I asked.
Mhm.
So be courageous and be bold enough and be open enough to ask.
Mhm.
And just before I hand back the baton over to hubby,
I had you back over the button.
yes, or the mic. Um, another lesson that I would like to share with you guys is to prioritize each other and prioritize the union. And one way in which you can do that is to invest into your each other, like individually, and invest in the union. So ways in which we can invest is have set time for us outside of children, outside of family. Have set time for us, whether it be praying together, studying together, reading together,
Taking a walk
date,
together.
taking a walk together, dating together. Have set time for us. Too often as we get married, it's like all that time that we used to spend and can't wait to get back with each other, and don't want to leave each other. All that time spent leading up to the marriage is like everything does afterwards, because you've caught what you've found, and you don't need to. That definitely is a concept, I believe, that needs to be thrown out completely. And it's continual prioritizing and investing in yourself as an individual and in the union.
Yes, I do support that. I do support that. 'Cause to have a great marriage or to have a great relationship, it take work and it take commitment. It takes sacrifices. Some occasion you have to say no. Some people say no, I'm not able to make it because I have to spend time with my family. I take time with my family. So that is very, very important that you outline that other person around you understand that you have that time and relationship with that family. Number of time people upset with me or vexed with me and said different things about me because I could only give them that time and then I have to come back to my family, or I have to walk with my family come along. But what is more important, your family, because at the end of the day, anything happen, who will be the first person to come to your rescue or come to give you what you really need? It will be your loving family, especially if you have a loving together family. Is the one that love you, not your friend, not your coworker, but the one that really love you, the one to go that extra mile to make sure that you're okay.
And I've learned that it's the persons who usually have an issue is you don't need to give all that explanation. My apologies, I'll not be able to make it. Have something already booked on my calendar. And I've found that the persons who you don't need to give an explanation to, either loved ones or friends or close friends, they understand. The moment you mention that, they understand and there's no issue. But yeah, definitely prioritizing each other, prioritizing yourself, your growth, but the growth continues also as a union. So we're going to shift the ball just a bit in the last few minutes that we have here with you and interview each other. So, Mr. Garrett Forbes.
Yes, Michelle Forbes.
What is one thing you believe that you could do more of in your relationship, in your marriage relationship with me?
I think giving you a bit more time, quality time.
He thinks.
I think
That's not supposed to think. That's supposed to be, I know.
Yeah, I think because sometimes you want to do more, but because of other commitments, you're not able to. So that part really have me buffering in that area to a little extent. Because you have other responsibility, but given that time that you would like, and sometimes I think I'm doing enough, but you said no, that's not enough.
He's doing enough,
yeah,
generally, but specifically,
Yeah.
come on now, ladies. Yeah. Just to add on to what you shared there, I believe even as Garrett answered, it goes back to the prioritizing. And it's really something. Sometimes we don't realize how much subconsciously we're controlled by societal ways, means, concepts, background, bringing up, that would have been embedded within us. Where, okay, you're married now, so we don't need to go all out and do all of that. Like, my wife will be there, she's there, she'll be there, my husband is there, and he'll always be there. The investment is like, I saw a picture recently concerning couples, like, don't expect returns or withdrawals from somewhere where you have made deposits. And the continual, spending time and investing in each other individually and as a married couple, it's deposits you're making, deposits, so that when it's time to withdraw, you have something there you can withdraw from. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, one question for you, to me.
So, what one thing you definitely can do less of?
Okay.
And that will serve both of us, individually.
Okay, I will answer the first question. The first answer that came to my mind. I will not go and search for another, but I'll give you the first one. Be not so quick on the tongue.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, hit the pause button. Let's think a moment on this answer that you're about to release from your mouth to your husband. Yeah, that definitely is something. Um, yeah, that I could do less of. Not being so quick to react, but thinking it through and responding instead of reacting. Definitely. Yeah. Uh any
Very good.
regrets? Thank you.
No, like,
One regret you can share?
in terms of our union together,
Mhm.
well, one regret I will mention, we call it regrets, but a lesson learned from. In terms of, in both of us, we lean more to your big ideas, because I'm more one to make sure everything is safe doing this or that. But you had some great ideas, and like, if I had to me leaning more into it,
Mhm.
it'll be different. But at times the whole back, probably because to my background, how I grew up, to it's trying to be more reserved, you know keep to yourself and your family and those
Mhm.
stuff. So, and I know you have, you come from a bigger place, a bigger family, and doing bigger things, going different places of family and those kind of things. So I guess if I leaning more to you, that would be much better, because I know that we had a number of conflicts, attention about doing things, going places, yes.
Stepping out.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't, sometimes my head like, what this lady coming to with me? No.
Yes. 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 Thank you for sharing that. And as we wrap it up, one quick joyful moment.
Okay, when we went to Miami,
Uh,
yeah, I went to the fun park,
uh,
and both of us were in the boat, in the tornado, we were going over like, Michelle, like, woo, she's going down, and then you splash in the water, and then she cannot swim.
oh yes, I
And then
almost
she was like,
drowned.
she had on a life jacket. She would not be jumped, and I was there. When I say, she was like, patting.
I almost drowned. Okay, who feels it knows it.
When you cannot swim, you feel that way. But I'm the expert, so I know. So just put a little water, and she feel like she drowning. But
Yeah. Yes. One joyful moment for me would have been, which one? Let's see. Which one? Which comes to mind? Hmm. 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 One joyful. I it's joyful but more appreciative. I would put target more appreciative. The fact that my dear husband Garrett Forbes, he made the decision. I didn't ask, but as a husband and as a dad, he made a decision for every one of the pregnancies of our children, the birthing of our children. He took time off from work and from church, like a whole month,
Yes.
just to devote to being present at home for his wife and for his newborn babes. And that is highly commendable.
Yes, it is. I know.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yeah.
And I would just like to say something on that because, and this is for men, our culture not there, like taking care of babies, cleaning, cooking, and those kind of things. But it does help with the relationship, like you say, benefit us.
True.
So, helping bathing the child or children's skin, getting them dressed or ready for bed or for church or wherever they have to go, it did help. And sometimes even in delivery, she not fully gain back her strength as yet, so she need help after delivering the baby. So have been there beside her, the support to really help her know to recover quickly and also to have a peace of mind. Time that she tired or weary, she able to rest. And I stayed up taking care of the baby, feeding baby. Sometimes we suck the milk from the breast, put it in the bottle so that when baby crying on milk, able to feed the baby without she has to get up and tend to the baby. So all these things comes into play and it makes a big difference.
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Awesome. And with that,
just before you go, talk about love. As it came to me this morning, that God is love, and everyone that love is of God, and we are to love each other. And love, again, is not just about feeling, but also about feeling, and also do what it is necessary for us to continue love and for the love to flourish. And when we do not love, we're robbing ourselves of being a true version of myself, and also a true version of herself. Because love causes each other to grow and to become what God has intended for each other to be. So let us continue to create that environment of love and joy for us to really to flourish and to become that man or woman that God has us to be.
Yeah, and that couple that God has called you to be.
Yes.
Because there's purpose in your marriage. Until we meet and see each other again, we're saying au revoir. We love you.
Bye-bye.
And see you again next week. Same time, same place. Not sure if this young man will be with me.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Stay tuned. Please tune into this message, and then right after, we'll be closing it out.